So we are going to learn the next point, that is ninth point, or you can say ninth question also. If D, E, F are the midpoints of the sides BC, CA, AB of triangle ABC, then you can find the vertex A by using E plus F minus D, vertex B as F plus D minus E, and vertex C as D plus E minus F. So if you see the diagram, you can understand better. Like I'm taking a triangle ABC. So for the side BC, the midpoint, BC's midpoint is D. CS midpoint is E. AB's midpoint is F. So to find A, you have to take E plus F minus D. Same way, to find the vertex B, you have to take F plus D minus E. See the order. To remember, it will be easy. To find the vertex C, we will take D plus E minus F. This is the way to remember. Coming to the question, if D is 1 comma 1, E is 3 comma minus 3, F is 3 comma minus 1, and these are midpoints of triangle ABC. That means in triangle ABC, the sides we will take BC, CA, AB. Then in order to find A, the x coordinate, we will take E plus F. That is 3 plus 3 minus D, 1. Similarly, y coordinate, E plus F minus 3 minus 1 minus D, 1. Same way, if you want to find B, F plus D, the x coordinates 3 plus 1 minus E. Y coordinates F plus D minus 1 plus 1 minus E minus of minus 3. In order to find C, D plus E, the x coordinates. So 1 plus 3 minus F minus 3. Y coordinates D plus E, 1 minus 3 minus F minus 1. And so on, simplifying, 6 minus 1 is 5, minus 3 minus 1 minus 4 minus 1 minus 5. So A is 5 comma minus 5. For B, 3 and minus 3 cancels, so 1. Minus 1 and 1 cancels, so 3. B is 1 comma 3. For C, 3 and minus 3 cancels, 1. And here, 1 minus 3 is minus 2, plus 1 is minus 1. So C is 1 comma minus 1. Let's go to 10th question. If D, E, F are the midpoints of sides BC, CA, AB of triangle ABC, then centroid of triangle ABC is same as centroid of triangle DEF. If you look at the diagram, I think that would be better. I am drawing the triangle ABC. For the side BC, the midpoint is D. For CA, midpoint is E. And for AB, midpoint is F. So I will have to take the centroid. What do you mean by centroid? From A to the opposite side of midpoint. You will join the midpoint of the opposite side. This becomes the median. From B, join the midpoint of the opposite side. This is the second median. From C, join to midpoint of the opposite side. This is the third median. The three medians intersect at G. G is called centroid. So centroid is the intersection of medians of the triangle. So if you want to find centroid of triangle ABC, it is same as finding the centroid of triangle DEF, the small triangle. So coming to question number 10, I'm giving you D 1, 1, E 3, minus 3, F 3, minus 1, which are midpoints of BC, CA, AB, sides of triangle ABC. Your work is to find centroid of triangle ABC. So instead of finding centroid of triangle ABC, we will find centroid of triangle DEF. Which formula? We are given x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. So the centroid formula is x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. That means I'll have 1 plus 3 plus 3 by 3, 1 minus 3 minus 1 by 3. Or the x coordinate will be 7 by 3, y coordinate will be minus 1. This is only the centroid of triangle DEF, and this is only the centroid of triangle ABC also. Let's go to question number 11. Orthocenter, usually denoted by O, centroid, denoted by G, circumcenter, denoted by S, of a triangle are always collinear, and centroid divides line joining orthocenter and circumcenter in the ratio 2:1. That means orthocenter is here, circumcenter is here. In the diagram I'm showing you, this is orthocenter, this is circumcenter. So centroid will be somewhere here. It will divide the line joining orthocenter and circumcenter in the ratio 2:1. So applying this in question number 11, if orthocenter Okay. So if orthocenter of a triangle is -3, 5 and circumcenter is 6, 2, then its centroid is, you have to find the centroid. So to find the centroid, if orthocenter is taken as x1, y1, this is x1, y1. And centroid is taken as, circumcenter is taken as x2, y2. Circumcenter is x2, y2. Then for centroid, the formula will be 2 into x2 plus 1 into x1 by 2 plus 1, that is 3. 2 into y2 plus 1 into y1 by 2 plus 1, that is 3. This is the formula. So as per that, the centroid can be found as 2 into 6 minus 3 by 3, 2 into 2 plus 5 by 3. Or in other words, we are going to get 12 minus 3, that is 9 by 3. It's 3. 4 plus 5, 9 by 3, that is 3. In this way, we get centroid. Coming to question number 12. The circumcenter, this already I told you, of a right angled triangle is the midpoint of the hypotenuse. That means already this point I have explained you in the beginning of the class. Suppose if there is a right angle triangle ABC, the hypotenuse midpoint only will be the circumcenter. So this we can apply in the formula or the question. Question number 12. If A is 1, 0, B is 0, 1, and C is 0, 0 are vertices of a right angled triangle ABC, right angled at C, then its circumcenter we have to find. So if you draw a rough diagram, right angled at C. So this is A, this is B. Hypotenuse midpoint will be the circumcenter. So A is 1, 0, B is 0, 1. The midpoint you will get by taking A plus B by 2. That means in order to get circumcenter, x coordinate 1 plus 0 by 2, y coordinate 0 plus 1 by 2. In this way, the circumcenter will be 1 by 2, 1 by 2. Let's go to question number 13. In an equilateral triangle, orthocenter, that is O, centroid, that is G, circumcenter, that is S, and incenter, that is I. All the four coincide. All the four are same. What do you mean by that? Let us take equilateral triangle ABC. What is orthocenter? Orthocenter is intersection of altitudes. So I will draw altitude. Altitude means just perpendicular. Just perpendicular. So I'm drawing just perpendicular. From C also I will draw perpendicular. So the point of intersection will give me orthocenter O. Okay, similarly, next what is centroid? Already I told you centroid. Intersection of medians. Medians means from A to the midpoint of opposite side. B to the midpoint of opposite side. C to the midpoint of opposite side. So this is only centroid G. Next, circumcenter. What is circumcenter? Intersection of perpendicular bisectors. So I will take midpoint and perpendicular. I'll take midpoint and perpendicular. I'll take midpoint and perpendicular. The point of intersection, that is only circumcenter. Lastly, incenter. What is incenter? Incenter is intersection of angular bisectors. So we will bisect the angles. This angle I am bisecting. Angle B I am bisecting. Angle C I am bisecting. So the point where they meet, that is incenter. So all are same in equilateral triangle. That is the main point to be understood here. So in problem, I am asking you to find the orthocenter O, the centroid G, the circumcenter S, and the incenter I of an equilateral triangle ABC, where A is A comma A, B is minus A comma minus A, and C is minus A root 3 comma A root 3. So of all, finding centroid is easy. That's why we will use centroid formula. That only will be orthocenter, that only will be circumcenter, that only will be incenter, that only will be centroid. So x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. So a and minus a cancels. You are left with minus a root 3 by 3 plus a root 3 by 3. That's the answer for all together. Next is question number 14. Actually, this is not a question. This is just a point to remember. You can say that a triangle given to you is an isosceles triangle. How can you say this? If any two of its medians are equal, you can say it is an isosceles triangle. So actually, it's not a question, just I'm giving you a hint. Let us go to question number 15. The area of a triangle formed by the lines, which are the sides, y equal to m1x plus c1, y equal to m2x plus c2, y equal to m3x plus c3 are the sides. The area we can find with the help of the formula 1/2 into absolute value of sigma of C1 minus C2 whole square by M1 minus M2. That means when you expand sigma, you will have absolute value of first term C1 minus C2 whole square by M1 minus M2. To this you will add C2 minus C3 whole square by M2 minus M3. To this you will add C3 minus C1 whole square by M3 minus M1. That's the full form. So when you apply this in the question, like 15th question, you have to find area of triangle formed by the sides y plus 2x equal to 4, 2y plus 3x equal to 5, and y plus x plus 1 equal to 0 is, first of all, we will write it in the proper form, slope intercept form. Y equal to minus 2x plus 4. Y equal to minus 3 by 2x plus 5 by 2. Y equal to minus x minus 1. So from this, M1 is minus 2, C1 is 4. M2 is minus 3 by 2, C2 is 5 by 2. M3 is minus 1, C3 is minus 1. So if you want to find area, half into absolute value of C1 minus C2 whole square by M1 minus M2 plus C2 minus C3 whole square by M2 minus M3 plus C3 minus C1 whole square by M3 minus M1. Or you can get this as half into, you have 8 minus 5, 3 by 2 whole square. So 9 by 4. Minus 4 plus 3, minus 1 by 2. 5 plus 2, 7 by 2 whole square, 49 by 4. Minus 3 plus 2, minus 1 by 2. Minus 5 whole square, 25 by 1. Or this I can write in the next page as 1/2 into the first one. I can change division to multiplication and take the reciprocal. 9 by 4 into minus 2 by 1 plus 49 by 4 into minus 2 by 1 plus minus 2 oh, this last one. This is the problem if I write it on the previous page. The problem will be in copying. So the last one will be plus 25. You can see the last term is plus 25. And so I will have two twos. Here also two twos. So 1/2 into minus 9 by 2 minus 49 by 2 plus 25. So half into minus 58 by 2, which is minus 29 plus 25. Minus 4, because absolute value is there, 4 by 2. So area is just 2 square units. Only it is the matter of simplification. Next we will go to question number 16. Area of triangle made by ax plus by plus c equal to 0 with coordinate axis is c square by 2 into absolute value of AB. That means if you see the diagram, you will get a better idea. This is x-axis, y-axis, coordinate axis. Now we have a line. This line is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. It is making a triangle with the coordinate axis. The area of this triangle you can find using this formula. That is what the formula says. Now suppose if in the question, 16 question, I'll give you area of triangle formed by 4x plus y plus 1 equal to 0 is. Here A is 4, B is 1, C is 1. So area will be C square, 1 square by 2 into absolute value of A into B. That is 1 by 8 square units. Let's go to question number 17. Or formula number 17. If foot of the perpendiculars HK from x1 y1 to the line ax plus by plus c equal to 0, you have to find. Then you can use the formula h minus x1 by a equal to k minus y1 by b equal to minus ax1 plus by1 plus c by a square plus b square. First of all, you can understand this with the help of diagram. Suppose there is a point x1, y1. From this point, you are drawing perpendicular to a line. That line is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. And in this process, you are finding the foot of the perpendicular h comma k. So for this, we can use this formula. You will better understand if you take the question number 17. The questions ask you the foot of the perpendicular. You have to find foot of the perpendicular. That is h comma k, which is drawn from origin, that is 0 comma 0, to the line. The equation of the line is 3x plus 4y plus 25 equal to 0. So origin we will take x1, y1, and in the line A is 3, B is 4, C is 25. H comma K we don't know. So h minus x1 is 0 by a is 3 equal to k minus y1 is 0 by b is 4 equal to minus a into x1 3 into 0 plus b into y1 4 into 0 plus c 25 by a square 3 square plus b square 4 square. Or I can write h by 3 equal to k by 4 equal to minus 25 by 9 plus 16 25. Or h by 3 equal to k by 4 equal to, in the numerator you have minus 25, denominator 25, so it becomes minus 1. So h will be equal to minus 3, k will be equal to minus 4. So foot of the perpendicular h comma k is minus 3 comma minus 4. This formula we can use here. Okay, coming to question number 18. In this we are finding image or reflection of the point x1 comma y1 in the line ax plus by plus c equal to 0, which is h comma k. And to find this, we will use the formula almost same as foot of the perpendicular. H minus x1 by a equal to k minus y1 by b equal to minus, what we have extra is 2 into ax1 plus by1 plus c by a square plus b square. Otherwise, everywhere the formula is same. Diagrammatically, imagine this line ax plus by plus c equal to 0 is a mirror. And you have a point x1, y1 here standing in front of the mirror. So its reflection in the mirror can be seen here q, which is h comma k, and which we have to find using the given formula. So coming to the question where we can apply this. The question is asking you, 18th question, the image of origin with respect to the line 4x plus 3y minus 25 equal to 0 is. So origin 0 comma 0, we will take x1, y1. And in the line, a is 4, b is 3, c is minus 25. On applying the formula, you can find the image h comma k. H we don't know, minus x1 is 0 by a is 4 equal to k we don't know, minus y1 is 0 by b is 3 equal to minus 2 into a, that is 4 into x1 0 plus b 3 into y1 0 plus c minus 25 by a square plus b square. So on simplifying, we get h by 4 equal to k by 3 equal to minus 2 into minus 25 by 25. And so I'm getting h by 4 h by 4 equal to k by 3 equal to plus 2. Or I can take h as 8, k as 6. That means the image is 8 comma 6. That's the answer. Let's go to question number 19. In question number 19, area of a parallelogram formed by the lines a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0, a3x plus b3y plus c3 equal to 0, a4x plus b4y plus c4 equal to 0 is absolute value of d1 minus c1 into d2 minus c2 by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. This is the formula. So this formula we can apply in the question. So question number 19, we have to find area of a parallelogram formed by the lines. So the lines which are taken here is 3x plus 4y plus 5 equal to 0, 2x plus 3y plus 4 equal to 0, 3x plus 4y plus 7 equal to 0, 2x plus 3y plus 5 equal to 0 is. One thing you have to observe in parallelogram. When you draw parallelogram, the first side and the third side, they are parallel. So the first side and third side will have A1, B1 same. That means this is the first side, this is the third side. I'm writing here first side a1x plus b1y plus c1. The third side I will write a1x b1y plus d1. c1 d1. That is the difference. Similarly, second side and fourth side, they are parallel. So for second side and fourth side, what I will do here is I will change because it's a parallelogram. For the second side, I'm taking a2x plus b2y plus c2. So the fourth side also I have to take a2x plus b2y, but d2. And then I can use this formula. So the same thing I will use in the question. This is a1, this is b1, this is c1. This is a1, this is b1 and d1. a1 is 3, b1 is 4, c1 is 5. a1 is 3, b1 is 4, d1 is 7. a2 is 2, b2 is 3, c2 is 4. a2 is 2, b2 is 3, d2 is 5. Now, on applying in the formula absolute value of d1 minus c1, that is 7 minus 5. d2 minus c2, 5 minus 4 by a1 into b2, 3 into 3 minus a2, 2 into b1, 4. Or I have absolute value of 2 into 1, that is 2, by 9 minus 6. Okay, I will take separately 9 minus 8, that is 2. So area will be 2 square units. This formula I can use easily. Okay, coming to question number 20. Area of the rhombus formed by ax plus or minus by plus or minus c equal to 0 is absolute value of 2c square by AB. This formula I can use. So now in the question they are asking you area of rhombus, which is formed by 4 pair of lines, 4x plus or minus 3y plus or minus 5 equal to 0. Actually, total you will have 4 lines in which A is 4, B is 3, C is 5. Different combinations you have to take to get 4 lines. Like first line, 4x plus 3y plus 5 equal to 0. Parallel to this, 4x plus 3y minus 5 equal to 0. Second side, that is parallel. Parallel side I can take as third side. Okay, second side, 4x minus 3y plus 5 equal to 0. The parallel side, that is fourth side, 4x plus minus 3y minus 5 equal to 0. Like this, 4 combinations. So area, absolute value of 2 into c square, that is 5 square, by A is 4 into B 3. So 2 into 25 is 50 by 12. 2 25s to 6. So the area will be 25 by 6 square units. We don't have much time. Quickly we will do one last question. Formula as well as question. The distance between a set of parallel lines. The parallel lines are ax plus by plus c1 equal to 0, ax plus by plus c2 equal to 0 is absolute value of c1 minus c2 by root of a square plus b square. So this application we will use in problem. The distance, question number 21. The distance between set of parallel lines. And the parallel lines are 3x minus 4y plus 5 equal to 0 and 6x minus 8y plus 5 equal to 0 is. First of all, we have to make the parallel lines look alike. Like first line 3x minus 4y plus 5 equal to 0 is okay. But the second line 6x minus 8y plus 5 equal to 0, I have to change. I have to pull out 2. 3x minus 4y plus 5 by 2 equal to 0 or 3x minus 4y plus 5 by 2 equal to 0. So in this way, the set of parallel lines, they must look like this. 3x minus 4y, 3x minus 4y. See. So the distance you can take now, this is A is 3, B is minus 4, C1 is 5. A is 3, B is minus 4, C2 is 5 by 2. So the distance is absolute value of C1 5 minus C2 5 by 2 by root of A square is 3 square, B square is minus 4 square. That is, I will have 10 minus 5, 5 by 2 by root of 25 or absolute value of 5 by 2 into 5. And 1 by 2 will be the answer. 1 by 2 units. So in this way, we have completed this small chapter, straight lines and pair of straight lines, important topics. Tomorrow in the next class, we are going to learn about circles and system of circles. Please learn the synopsis, the important points, the concept, and come to the class prepared.